Welcome back. That song is a fucking banger and I love it. It's called like the resistant unit OHHM, and it's from a band called BLLD. It's just weird names. So the name is BLLD. If you just search that on Google, you might not find it. So if you wanna find, because they only have the one disc, because it's kind of a project band, you gotta search something like BLLD Materia Prima, because it's just Materia Prima. That's the name of the album. Yeah, because it's kind of it's a project band. You know, these bands that only arrange for like one disc and then they do something else, because it's artists from many different places. And yeah, that's a better search for sure. So that band has Marcus Reuter. I already talked about Reuter a lot of times. It's a touch guitarist. So a touch guitar is kind of a Chapman stick, but it's a guitar. Let's say it's a guitar that it specializes on tapping. Let's put it that way. That's probably the best way to put it. And so he plays with Stickman, which is also a band that I put multiple times on my stream because one of my favorite bands. And yeah, Marcus Reuter is just a genius of music, and he's playing on that. So BLLD, he plays with the drummer of Porcupine Tree, and that's why the drums are so sick in that song. That is why. And yeah, that album actually has a bunch of very cool songs. That's probably my favorite one from the album, I think. Blood an article of the electrical resistance of blood. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, you know, Marcus Reuter has like... That's too slow. No thanks. I would say maybe his most known band is Stickman, which is already a band that pretty much no one knows. Because it's a band where he's working with other artists that are known from other places, like in Crimson, for instance. But then Marcus Reuter, like, he works on many projects at the same time during the year, and he just, you know, he just launches one project, with one band, a collaboration with random artists, and then he's done with that, and he steps into another thing. So, and that's why a lot of the things aren't very known, and he doesn't seem to care that much. Like, a lot of his albums are actually free, or like name your price stuff. The main theme sounds kind of like something like Dream Theater would do in the 90s. Yeah, I guess. But yeah, I love that kind of experimental shit. I actually like better when Reuter works with different artists instead of his solo work. I think he shines better when he's not soloing, because he's a very minimalistic artist. I'm not the biggest fan of minimalism myself. I like it in some places, but when it's too much, it's too much for me. And Reuter, which is his main work, is very minimalistic.
That once I could not see beyond.
It's very like full ambient, a little bit of avant-garde. And I tried to get into that side, but I just can't. It's too much for me. So talking about music, I have a little story for you. Something that I was actually I was suspicious of this thing for a while. But now I finally figured it out. And I felt so stupid. Like, so stupid. So, this is a story of a band that I really like. It's one of the oldest bands that I like, even before my musical discovery during my teenage years, when I started listening to a lot of stuff. Way before that, I used to listen to like 3 bands only, and those were Gorillaz, Eiffel 65, and Bajo Fondo, Tango Club. So I listened the hell out of those bands, but only like some songs that I got from like my sister. And so then back in the day, I used to listen a lot to Gorillaz, to the first album. I actually had that album. I borrowed from an uncle. And yeah, the Blue Guys, exactly. That Eiffel 65, yes. And yeah, so I remember enjoying that album a lot. I still love it. It's one of my favorite albums. It's so good, the first of Gorillaz. And then, so eventually, a couple years later, Demon Days came out. And for me, it was like absolutely amazing. You know, like, oh, this shit is so fucking good. Like, I'm so glad I like this band, because this is good shit. And so I remember listening to some like single songs from Demon Days, but in that time, like, the only tool I had to download music was like Emule, which it was a thing that you could, it was similar to torrent, I guess. Mule.
I cannot say that was the true beginning.
Yeah, I had a difficult time. Like, there was no discographies on that tool, only single songs. Okay. Yeah, Mule. Yeah, that thing. And so I remember like being on a quest to find all the songs of Demon Days, this second album, because I knew the album was great. You know, the first song I heard from the album was Feel Good Inc. in the radio, and I was like, this kind of sounds like Gorillaz. Is it Gorillaz? This is so fucking good. What the fuck? What is this? A new album and all that? Remember, this was a time where Gorillaz was like new, you know? It's not like now that they have like 7 albums. It was something completely new at the time. And yeah, so I started my quest to get all the songs from Demon Days. And I narrowed down most of them, I remember. I knew it was like 15 songs. So I started like getting a list of all the songs I had. For a while, I have a censored version of Kids with Guns. For some reason, the only version I could find from that song was a censored version that lasted like 15 seconds. Like, it was kind of the intro of the song, and then it said Kids with Guns, and the song stopped. And for a while, I thought that was the song, you know? Like, for a long while, I thought, okay, this is the song. This is like a, I don't know, like a special, they're going for this progressive style where it's a song about kids with guns, and it's very short, and it's like, it just gives the message, and then that's it. And then many years later, I eventually, like, when YouTube started being a thing, at least here in Chile, I remember looking up for the song, or for the full album rather, and I was listening to the full album, and suddenly Kids with Guns was there, and the song kept going. It kept going, and I was like, oh my god, this is so good. Like, this existed. I didn't knew it because of the stupid people that just uploaded the censor version. And it was so good, and I still love that song so much. It has all that magical meaning for me because of that situation, that ridiculous situation. And well, but that's not the story. That's just an intro. So that's something else that happened many years ago. I have now a story that's something that happened like a couple of days ago. So after that, it came out. Plastic Beach came out. And at this point, I already got my musical explosion. I was into other things mostly. Like I went into grunge and some alternative rock and stuff. And I kind of ignored what Gorillaz was doing. Because I don't know, I just wasn't into it. And I also, at that point, I wasn't really a person, I wasn't a fan of B-sides and things like that. Like singles or special songs. I was very obsessed with the official studio albums. So I never dig into the alternative albums of Gorillaz, because there were a couple before Plastic Beach, which is the third album. And so Plastic Beach came out. I remember hearing some songs from Plastic Beach, and I wasn't that impressed at that time, at least. They were good, but not that great for me. And so for a while, I thought Plastic Beach is not that great. But I didn't even hear the entire album, okay? Alright, so that's the context. That's the context for my relationship with Plastic Beach. So, many years later, fast forward, I actually thought, okay, you know what? This is not fair. Gorillaz is a band I really like. I need to give an opportunity to this album. So I downloaded from a torrent the entire album. I wanted to hear it, you know, in good quality, all that shit. And I downloaded, and I listened to it, and it had the name of the songs that was the same names as like Wikipedia, because I wanted to be sure about that. And I hear it, and it was so bad. Like it was pretty bad. Okay, there was like a couple songs that were really good. I remember super good songs, but the rest of the album was like very not good for me. And there was a couple songs I knew from the point many years before, when the album was out. Like I remember some of those songs, so I was convinced that that was the album. This happened like, let's think about it. This probably happened about 8 years ago, I think. This whole situation that I'm describing now. So I got that impression that Plastic Beach wasn't that great, and after that I just kind of gave up on the rest of the Gorillaz stuff. I remember listening to The Fall a little bit, and I didn't like it too. And then with Humans, I also didn't like it. So I was on this mindset that, oh, you know, I just don't like Gorillaz anymore. I just like the old stuff.
You have proven what we have feared.
And a couple days ago, I decided to went into more Gorillaz stuff because I haven't heard the Now Now, and also the last album. I still haven't heard that. The Now Now is pretty good, by the way. And I re-listened to Plastic Beach. And guess what? I didn't have the album. The bullshit I heard was a B-side album with the names of Plastic Beach. I was so mad, you know, because it was the same shit with like Kids with Guns, but this time I got it wrong. Oh, and I was so mad. I was so fucking mad. So stupid. And it was so weird because it has some of the versions, some of the original songs were there. Like Stylo was there, for example. And I knew Stylo because it was pretty famous when it came out, the album. So since Stylo was there, and it was named Stylo, I was like, this is the album, of course. But I didn't know the other songs. And there were some of the B-sides, like the worst B-sides, with the names of the Plastic Beach. And Plastic Beach is so good. It's such a good album, and now I love it. And I'm so, like, frustrated that I didn't knew that. And I thought it was an awful album all this time. Oh my god, I was so mad. Yeah, exactly. Just what you said. yeah. Oh my god, and I got so teased by that. It was fun on this, but god. Yeah, there's something similar to that with a fake album of Mars Volta. So someone arranged an album with like the first EP of Mars Volta and a couple of songs from like singles and stuff, and they arranged it as a compilation. It was like a personal compilation for them, but they didn't tell anyone. So it wasn't like with a bad intention. They just got it uploaded as their compilation, but never told anyone that it was their personal compilation. And they put a name to it. It's called The Missing Chromosome. But that's not from the band. And years later, a lot of people got that thing from like YouTube videos or forums. And a lot of people, I think even still to this day, a lot of people think that that is a legit album from Mars Volta, but it's not. It's just a compilation of the first EP and one song from not Francis the Mute, is the Widow single, and I think some live stuff maybe. And you can go to YouTube. At least last year I remember doing it to that video, and there's still people saying like, "Oh, this of Mars Volta is so cool, so sick, I love it." And it probably has like more views than the EP, than the original EP. Okay. So that was not the best storage. So if I get not the best storage, I use this sword because I want enchant here. Well, actually, it doesn't matter because I can change the sword with the enchantment. But I'm getting this sanity effect on purpose because it's pretty short. And it ensures that I won't get another one towards the end of the chapter. Another one that can be really nasty. That's something similar to the first thing you said with the song that got cut short. That's like such a weird thing. Okay. I was hesitant of that. Download a song. Pretty mild glam metal band. Okay, still pretty good. For some reason, the interlude got written over by something from a really loud black metal song. That's so funny. Yeah, and you get used to it, right? Exactly. Because it just works. I got a situation similar to that, but it was a little bit more legit. Was with a song from System of a Down. The second song of the third album, still this album, is called Inner Vision. And so still this album is an album that Soad made several
Dreams.
iteration of the album. Like you can find different versions of the album and with different portraits and things like that. And they actually have slightly different versions of some songs. And so Inner Vision, the first, when I downloaded, also during this time of Emule, where I got just single songs, not entire albums. The version I got from Inner Vision has a very cool outro where Darren and Serge they sing like different parts, and it's very cool. I love it. But the version you will find on pretty much every album or every version of Steal This Album, it's just not that great. Like it's the same song, but the outro is different. Just the last part, the last seconds. But it makes such a good difference. Such a big difference, sorry. And I just can't hear the other one. It makes me mad. Because it's such a good ending. Okay, we passed Kareem. We passed Anthony, actually. Still need to pass Kareem. There's a possible crash incoming. See how that goes. I think it's fine. Yeah, okay, good. This trapper. Yeah. Okay, good. I was waiting for it. Just glad I didn't get caught by it. But yeah, so about Eiffel 65. I know a lot of people joke about the blue song because it's kind of a meme. And yeah, it is kind of a meme. But they actually have very good songs. At least if you are into like house and electronic music. The first album has some pretty cool shit. And the second album, so the first one is Europop. That's the one that has Blue. But the second album, which is called Contact, it's actually amazing. And they, like, not a lot of people know that album because they got famous for the other one, and then the fame just kind of ended up. But Contact it's amazing. It's much better than Europop 2. I didn't watch out for magic. Not entirely sure. Okay, that actually looks like very high magic, I think. So I can probably do 2 recoveries. No amulets. Oh, it's one of those. Well, it doesn't matter because I have a backup. Okay. That is a lot of damage. Double recovery to be safe. Well, that sucks. Okay. No, the time's safe. Not that bad. But a very sloppy fight. Just the end. Sometimes, like, the angle doesn't work for the horror. And you get that very awful spot. So the strat I have is really good to kill the horror immediately. And it's very safe too. I mean, in a sense that it gets the bone diff in a good spot. So it doesn't transform into a bone diff, and it doesn't do a ton of damage because of that. The bad part is if you failed it, then you're in a very awkward spot because you cannot quite target the horror. You need to get rid of the other zombies. Maybe you can, like, switch targets with using the button, but it's kind of hard. Yo, Shadowcat, how you doing?
That I was shocked by the sudden mention.
Thank you for the good luck. I'm doing pretty alright. trying to get a new PV. This game doesn't want to give me that PV. Oh yeah, that was before. I'm really not used to change my titles. Like the other day I was playing a Spelunky with Eternal Darkness title for a while. Finally. But the Trapper sucks. Okay. I got one target run. You have to target away if you want to do a target run on that Trapper. Now for the new strat. Well, not yet. That's a little bit suboptimal. But it's fine. Okay, recovery first. Let's go. And now different menu. Remember that. Get out of my way. No. Also different menu here. Okay. So I'm probably saving time now. One bullet there. Now let's go for a good Guardian. Deal one of the few RNG factors. That was pretty good. Probably close to a gold. Or maybe even a gold, because I kind of split it a little bit late. I forgot
The ancients' influence was
the damage
incredible.
field.
From
But it's fine. Like, I can still do it before... Oh, this looks... Yeah... Scuff. Okay, good. I just need to do damage field before setting up. Right after getting the tome. It's just one extra boss. And kind of a nag ward menu. Come on, get out. Alright. Double damage there. But hey, this is another opportunity to get the backup. So I can get used to it. Keep missing that timing. Dude. Oh my gosh. Just decided to don't target anything. Got bleeding walls. Always a fan of that. You're really missing your shots, Lindsay. His sanity sucks. No shit. Really? Oh, that sucks. No, that's not... Oh, this sucks so much. I hate it. This is happening a lot. If I don't do like a recovery. I just don't get the magic down correctly. Well, whatever. Yeah, but it's kind of weird because I don't know if I'm full magic there. Like, I don't know if there might be any difference. Maybe I'm just judging. This might be a sanity effect. No, I'm seeing the zombie. Okay, so it's fine. I'm probably just judging the magic incorrectly, I guess. Being too generous with the magic. Gonna have to take a look at that more closely. I'm gonna risk a sanity effect here. I shouldn't get any. Yeah, there you go. I don't have explosion actually, because I've been casting some recoveries, but I can hear. Oh no, that's the sanity effect. Never mind. That's not bleeding walls. That's different.
Remember me, Alex.
This isn't really happening.
Now, hopefully I won't run into low health. I will. Okay, so you know what? Let's do Guess I have to do a recovery here. Fucking shit. Okay, this is really bad. Because everything got cancelled there. Such a bad Lindsay. We're making one here. I'm probably wasting the trapper on Alex. I won't even have enough magic for a bull here. Okay, thank you for the sanity effect. Well, whatever. That wasn't even a recovery. Oh my gosh. So much time lost. It's crazy. And I have to add the trapper on Alex, so it's gonna be like 2 minutes of time loss. I don't even remember this thread for the trapper here. but I'll try it. Fuck. I was supposed to link that into a dispel. And look at that, it died immediately. It didn't even give me the time to like do a death cancel. So funny. Okay, this also means lower magic. I save all the old file. Oh, this is so over. I guess I'm tired. I'm supposed to save here because I need this file to do the trick. So literally nothing to do here. It's just over. Alright. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it there for today. Because tomorrow I have some laboratory exams that I need to take. Just blood exams. So I have to be like super early on the hospital. It's not really a hospital, it's like a health center. It's smaller than a hospital. But yeah, nothing crazy, it's just the typical hormone exams that I need to take from time to time. So just checking exams, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching. And see ya. Let's see, today's Sunday. Well, there's the workshop on Wednesday. I might be able to stream tomorrow, but I'm not sure. I'm probably one stream Tuesday, so I can rest for the workshop. But we'll see. Not sure which day I will stream. But look forward for the workshop regardless. Hopefully that works out fine. So we can like finally have an updated tutorial. That's really what excites me the most, because something that happens a lot for people that want to get into this game is that they have no idea how to start, because right now there's the outdated tutorial, which is pretty old, plus a lot of small tutorials, but you don't really know how to put everything together if you're new at the game. So anyways, thanks for watching and bye bye.